What's up, this squad? Back with another video. I seen the title was going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Just wait. Just literally, I cannot wait. For this video. When I seen this video and when I seen people saying that I needed to see, these different clips, I'm already knowing this is about to be bad. And it's about to be bad just for the simple fact. The title of the view today of this video is who should lead the Democratic Party. Like that right there, that should tell y'all everything. They don't even have a leader, bro. They want to sit there. They want to talk crazy about Trump. Say this about Elon Musk. Say this about, people that support Trump. Say this, say that. Y'all don't even know who's leading the Democratic Party. It's crazy. Let's check it out.
That's the question. Who's in charge? Who's the leader of the Democratic Party, Governor? And I said the people are. There is not going to be a charismatic leader ride in and do that.
They don't have an actual leader, so they go and say that the people are. Okay.
It is going to be people coming out on a beautiful Friday afternoon, demanding change and holding people accountable.
Yeah, well, and voters also said they're looking for leadership, and so I guess the question is, which Democrat do you see stepping up to lead the party? I mean, I don't know if you can wait for somebody to step up and lead the party. I think he's not wrong when he says the party is us. And what are we prepared to do? I say you got to, check on your schools, depending on where you live. You got to find out what's going on with your Medicare, Medicaid, who the doctors are and what they're going to do to help you. Because if we wait for somebody to come up and lead us, a lot more people are going to fall, I think, by the wayside.
Except that you need.
Is Whoopi supposed to be like the lead in like the host or something? And I'm assuming because she's always talking first, I guess. But like, why? Like, out of all people, why? And I say that because it's just like, and I know all of them, they obviously not, they don't think, they just, speak and like, but what makes her think, like, I'm just confused. This is exactly why the Democratic Party is like this now. Because there are more important things. There are a lot of important things. And by all means, yes, definitely schools, and this, but there are a lot of important things. And Whoopi is a person that really don't know nothing that she's talking about. It'd be throwing me off.
People are going to fall, I think, by the wayside.
Except that you need somebody to sort of lead the way, somebody to tell them why they're out there. Don't look at me, Whoopi.
Now she's down joyous.
No, I think that you do need a leader in many ways. I was looking at the stats here.
Mm-hmm.
And,
here's the stats,
not
y'all.
one, AOC, Kamala, Bernie, Hakeem, Barack, Newsom, none of them have more than 9% of the approval of the party as a leader. And you need somebody who's going to tell them, look.
Who did she say? Y'all listen to this. Hold on. Where's the list, y'all? Hold on.
Stats here. And, not one, AOC, Kamala, Bernie, Hakeem, Barack, Newsom, none of them.
AOC, Hakeem, Kamala, Barack. Nobody wants none of them to lead the Democratic Party. But that's the thing, though. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised whatsoever. Not even gonna lie. I'm not surprised. I feel like it's more so, and I feel like a lot of people aren't wanting to listen. Obviously because there's a lot going on with everyone she just named in a horrible way. Everyone she just named in a horrible way, bro. But then at the same time, all those people that she just named, all of them they shoot this hate for Trump. They're not really talking about policies. They're not really talking about what needs to be done for the American people. They're not doing none of that. It's all of this. We don't like Trump. We don't like Elon. Let's go protest. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Let's go yell. Let's go scream. Let's go tear up this and let's go do this and let's go do that. That's what you get from a lot of those people, that she just named. You don't get, actually, let's get this together. They see why. They
leader
obviously see
in
why.
many ways. I was looking at the stats here, and not one AOC, Kamala, Bernie, Hakeem, Barack, Newsom, none of them have more than 9% of the approval of the party as a leader. And you need somebody who's going to tell them, look, the reason we have to have this is something that bothers me in this country with people. They don't understand certain things, like they were against giving money to Ukraine, for example. And one of the arguments from that is that, well, why don't you use the money here instead of giving it to these Ukrainian people? Well, when we give the money to you here, you call it socialism and turn on the Democrats. So somebody needs to get out there and explain these things to people.
That's also not true. You're correct, but the money that goes to Ukraine is actually spent in the U.S. building weapons,
they don't say
contributing
that
to
either.
our GDP.
I think, I think Democratic voters say 2-1. They want party leaders to fight rather than compromise.
Bro, this is exactly why, bro. This is exactly why that party is failing, bro. This is exactly why. Y'all hear how Sonny emphasized that fight? I'm telling y'all, bro. She don't have to worry about none of that because she sits in that chair right there. She leaves. She got people doing her makeup. She got people doing her hair. She's getting paid real nice. And y'all know what happens when she leaves out of that building? She has security. She has manager. She has a team that literally gets in an SUV and drives in her, I'm pretty sure, gated community home. So when it comes down to it, bro, and I guarantee, I don't even know where Sonny's home, and I'm pretty sure y'all probably, I'm not sure if y'all do, but I can just be sure it's in a nice neighborhood. She don't have to worry about people protesting and saying this and saying that and messing up things, and she don't have to deal with none of that. But my thing is that all these people that are millionaires somehow, you know what I mean, in the Democratic Party, millionaires, net worth be 200,000, but supposedly it's 10 million. You know what I mean? 30 million, got lake houses here, got it there, this, that, and the other. But then the same people that they say they for, they want them to go out and fight. They want them to go out and do. People need to wake up, bro. I'm telling y'all.
2-1. They want party leaders to fight rather than compromise, even at the risk of not getting things done. And I think that's what we're seeing. Yes, you want people to be able to exercise their First Amendment rights to protest and to get into the streets, get out there and say this rather than compromise, even at the risk of not getting things done. And the
risk of not getting things done, but you want them to go out and protest and do this and do that. How crazy, bro. I'm telling you, this right here, I don't see how people continue to listen to them, bro. I think
that's what we're seeing. Yes, you want people to be able to exercise their First Amendment rights to protest and to get into the streets, get out there and say, this is what we want. But we know that this administration is not playing by the rules. They're certainly not playing by the Constitution. And people are now being arrested for exercising their constitutional rights. So you do need a leader.
Now people are getting arrested. She's talking about the same people that are literally destroying these Tesla cars. That are literally protesting and literally, if you drive through one of those protests with a Tesla, have y'all not seen videos of what they do to people that's driving Tesla? It'd be a person that don't even know what's going on. Not in the politics, not even knowing, literally driving a Tesla. And if they do know what's going on, that's their business. That's their car. They pay for that. And people, she wants to say that they exercise. Like I'm telling y'all, bro, this person right here, this is a different breed, bro.
But you need a leader with fight. I've said it over and over again. This is not about being a resistance party. That's very passive. This is about being an opposition party, which is an action. That's very, very active. And when you look at leaders that it seems that people are supporting, you're looking at the Jasmine Crockett's, who doesn't care, who's going to fight for you. You're looking at the Al Green with his cane, who's saying, my constituents need Medicaid. You're looking at that.
She could have named anybody. The top two people she named was Jasmine Crockett and Al Green, bro. I really think that Sonny, I feel like Sonny is like I feel like this is like fake, bro. Like, I don't understand. Like, she named Jasmine Crockett. The I gotta watch what I say on here, but it's just, It's ghetto, bro. Like, what? Jasmine Crockett out of anybody, bro? Al Green has said it's Kane. The hell is Kane got to do with anything, bro?
Doesn't care who's going to fight for you. You're looking at the Al Green with his cane who's saying, my constituents need Medicaid. You're looking at that. You're looking at, I would say, an AOC. Her name keeps on coming up because she's out there every single day saying, this is what we need to do. So what I want to see is I want to see somebody meet energy with energy. I want to see a Democratic leader that doesn't capitulate, that doesn't make deals with the other side when the other side is interested in making deals. It's their way or the highway. Let's see a leader that's willing to fight.
Okay.
So,
have y'all noticed just how much of the R word Sunny is, bro? I don't want to make this seem like I'm just a person that, because I don't never look at stuff like this. Y'all know that we all bleed red. You know, I don't look at color, but she didn't name not one white person, bro. Like, she never, when they talk about the Democratic Party leader, she never mentions not one. Like, all the videos that I've seen, I'm surprised she didn't say Hakeem Jeffries. I'm really surprised she didn't say Hakeem Jeffries, because y'all know when y'all be watching my videos, y'all know when it comes to Sunny, I'm be like, why she be saying Hakeem Jeffries? She gonna say Hakeem Jeffries. I'm actually surprised. But one thing about it is that Sunny, she doesn't, I know for a fact, and I know this, and it's crazy. It's crazy to believe, you know, but she doesn't want it. She doesn't. I ain't even about to say that on here, bro. I ain't even about to say that on here. But y'all see how she treats, you know, people that are obviously white. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, it's sad. It's sickening and it's sad, bro. It is absolutely sad. This person right here, this the most R-word person that I see on YouTube, or that I see on X every time I get on there. Sunny.
I break a little bit with Sunny on that, and I think this is the infighting you're seeing on the left. I'm an independent, but I'm a left-leaning independent. So when I look at this fight, there's about 65%, like Sunny, who want the resistance, the fight, at the expense of getting nothing done. That just does not track in my mind. 32%.
Why is it at the expense of getting nothing done?
No, they're saying they would fight even at the expense of seeing nothing done.
Nothing
and to
done.
me, that's,
Republicans aren't good. They're going to do what they want to
but
do.
what my point here.
So oh my gosh, bro. I do not want to call. I'm sorry for saying gosh. I do not want to call this woman, like, any type of names, bro. She wants people to get out and protest and say this and say that, and there's nothing, like, get nothing. Like, this is probably the craziest thing I've heard all year, bro. I'm not lying to y'all. This is the craziest thing that I heard all year.
Is that they're, like James Carville has said before, there's a resistance within the party that also believes strategically letting them hang themselves.
Yeah.
Don't get out of the way. Don't be passive. But they are hanging themselves. You've got court cases that are coming down the road of all of these 24 cases. All this stuff is happening. I know people are hurting, and I can relate, as Alyssa Slotkin said here, to the rage. We all share the anger in the reaction, but our solutions come at different angles. I am looking for everyone in D.C. to stop looking at it as a basketball game where we win, we lose, we fight, and they get stuff done.
Yeah.
Right now, the censures and the ceremonial, like, you know, we have a paddle and we have a pink shirt, and they need a leader, because without a leader, they don't coalesce around the same cause. The thing Republicans did well, and they won this election because of it, is they had two clear messages. They repeated it over and over: immigration and economics, over and over again. Democrats don't have clear messaging because they stand for every damn thing.
Sarah Haynes. I'm not even gonna lie. Y'all know I don't even like Sarah Haynes, but what she just said, it was real. I can't even say that I disagree. I can't say that, especially that last part. I can't say that I disagree, y'all. I'm not going for that. And if y'all sitting at home and y'all disagreeing with the last thing she said, I'm telling y'all, she is correct. Standing for way too much. The crazy thing is they want to, and the crazy, they stand for everything. But when they stand for everything, it's things that they doing wrong. You know, when it came down to Kamala, it was nothing but following. You following. I'm copying Trump. I'm copying this. I'm I'm talking about immigration too, and I'm talking about no tax, no tips too, and I'm talking, you know what I mean? It's more of that, not really having your own spark. The Democratic Party don't have their own spark. When it comes to Trump, his supporters, y'all heard what she said. It was things that that Trump was, and that's exactly why he won by a landslide. Straight set on. And y'all can see the frustration that they got with each other right now, bro. And it is hilarious.
Well, I don't know about that.
I mean, I'm not happy with either.
You got Joey talking about, I'm not, what did she say?
Messaging because they stand for every damn thing.
Well, I don't know about that.
She said, I don't know about that. That's wild.
I mean, I'm not happy with either party. I'm still a registered Republican. I'm voting for a local Republican in an election
Here's a
today.
flip-flopper.
But I think that, not to put too fine of a note on it, Democrats are in a bit of an existential crisis right now. You have people leaving blue states to red states 3-1. The two moderate Dems that were in the Senate, Manchin and Tester, one lost, one retired. That means that the Senate control is out of reach for Democrats, likely for probably about a decade, because you're not likely to win in those states that are increasingly more right-wing. And I think it's because the party is moving away from moderation. I understand, like, the base, you have to cater to them. Well, the Republicans have. I'm acknowledging that.
Republicans are radical.
Nobody's a Republican that's more...
Seeing that right there is exactly why the Democratic Party is going down. Literally, just decrease. Because the simple fact that all was Sonny, like Sonny is nodding what Joy is saying, calling the Republican Party radical and calling them names, calling this, calling that. That's not help. That's still not helping. I feel like you can only do and go so much of that. You know, when you having people, getting people all riled up. Oh, I don't like Trump. I don't like Elon. I don't like what the Republicans are doing. I don't like this. I don't like that. That can only do so much for people, because once people actually are seeing that, you know, oh, well, you know, they saying that they don't like Trump. I don't either, but this is all we're getting is that I don't like Trump. You're not really getting nothing else. It's not helping nothing. That's not helping. And I feel like that's another reason why you have over 300,000 registered Democratic voters that are no longer registered Democratic voters and then completely done, you know, just because of the simple fact of you got people like this. You know, you got Joy, you got Sonny Hostin that's just constantly just saying, oh, yeah, we don't like Trump. Trump does this. Trump does that. Trump. What is the Democratic Party doing? Nothing. They sit here titling stuff, who should lead the Democratic Party. It should tell you everything, bro.
Critical of Republicans than me. But Democrats, I think, need to wake up to the fact that they're beholden to their progressive base, which is making them lose national elections. And then if you look at the fact working class voters and young voters are moving away from Democrats, they need a message that's more than anti-Trump. It needs to be, here is what we are for, here's how we're investing in communities, but simply being a resistance party is not winning.
But do you meet a radical message with a moderate one?
Y'all see how quick they cut that off? Y'all see how quick they cut that off? Just like that. Cut it off just like that. Because all you get when it comes to The View is everybody's everywhere. Everybody's everywhere. You got Sarah Haynes talking about, oh, I'm a independent, but, you know, I'm left leaning. You got Alyssa, she flip flop. She got Sonny Hostin and Joy sitting there talking about they don't like Trump and we need to fight and we need to have people go and do this and do that. And she's talking about, I know for a fact she's talking about the people that's destroying them Teslas. I'm telling y'all, bro. That is sad and that's sick. And then you got Whoopi. She got something in the cup. I tell y'all all the time, when she first starts talking, she says nothing. Like, she says nothing. Y'all know how I paused through the video? Y'all, if y'all watch this video over, except the time that I sat there and I said, what is Whoopi talking about? I don't never really stop on Whoopi's part to talk about what she has said unless her saying nothing like I just did. Other than that, Whoopi completely doesn't say much again to help anybody. Not even herself. So I'm telling y'all, let me know y'all comments and thoughts down below. I talked enough today. Definitely having a better night tonight. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit that subscribe, and definitely appreciate y'all. Much love to every single one of y'all. Catch y'all next one.